If you are born in the trenches, this is one video you want to pay attention to, because I want to give you a blueprint that could help you get out of the trenches and build something for yourself. My name is Charles Idrims, and I was born in a small village called Bomondi in Delta State. It's an Ijaw village where to this day they still drink the same water they pour inside. We don't have electricity in that village. There's so much poverty in that community to this day. When I first left the trenches back in the day, I struggled for years to speak good English, because the Ijaw people have this tonation in their mouth, which is a abeg, how you doing? You know, we speak with this kind of funny accent, and then that affected me when I first moved out of the trenches, because the school I was going to at the time, they started laughing at me because of the way I speak. That made me even more introverted. I stopped speaking, and I would just be quiet where everybody was talking. So for years, I struggled with that insecurity, trying to figure out how can I really speak and communicate my intelligence. And that affected me in school, because, you know, when you are smart, if you don't know how to communicate your genius, it's going to be difficult for people to see that you are really smart. So for the last, I think 5 years, I made a decision to work on me, to build myself, my communication skill set, so that I can be able to communicate and tell my stories, share my value, and just do the things I love doing, like teaching and just letting people know that I'm actually smart though, you know. And that was really the thing that made me start doing TikTok in the first place. So if you're born in the trenches, there are 3 things you must really do that would help you get out. Number 1, you must see a better life for yourself. See a life beyond the trenches. Watch American movies. See yourself in those movies. See yourself living the dream. Yes, it might not make sense right now, but I promise you, if you could just feed your mind with the right information, with the right reality, I promise you that's going to affect every decision you make. Because when you are in the trenches, the mistake you don't want to make is to behave like everybody who don't see a way out. For instance, when I was younger, the major thing in our environment there was cultism and all this useless kind of lifestyle. But for me, I just somehow saw myself beyond where I was, and I just carried myself differently, like a king in my environment, even though I didn't know how to build my own kingdom at the time. So my point is this: you must see a reality beyond where you are. Never judge your future by the information you are getting from your present. This is going to hinder you from making the right decision. So make sure you see a better life for yourself. Just feed your mind with the right things. Dream about owning the cars. Dream about living that life. Once you start doing that, the next thing you want to really do is take on one of the most important projects in your life. You see, people will tell you that the way to make money is to go have connections, go build a network. But that's the greatest lie in life. Because let me tell you the truth, nobody wants to be a friend with anybody that's a loser. So you that don't have value to provide to others will always remain a loser. That means nobody would want to associate with you. So the first thing you must really do in this equation is make sure you take on the biggest project of your life, which is transform yourself from somebody who was born in trenches. But today now, I feel switch between Baba, I be ghetto boy. I go reason like this. I'm not reason now. You know, I can switch between a ghetto accent and, you know, go back to speaking well, and just have this dynamic personality whereby I can be able to showcase anything I want to show. You know, because I've been able to build myself, to build my confidence, build my speaking ability. Still working on that every single day, because I see a better future for myself. So take on the most important project of your life, which is build you. Figure out the areas you are struggling with, right? This is where I talk about, okay, now you know the kind of person you want to be in the future, the kind of life you want to live. Find that person, an example of that person. How does the person communicate? How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? What are they doing with their time? Find this person. Even if you can find the person online, go find that person and start making them, trying to cultivate the habits they have, their speaking strategies, and how they carry themselves. Work on all of these things. Become the molder of your own life. Build yourself to the person you want to be, because this is really the most important thing you can do for yourself. Because when you become somebody attractive, then you can meet attractive people, you can meet successful people, you can attract amazing people who would want to be friends with you. Why? Because you've been able to become something more. You're not a loser anymore. You are a conqueror, you're a king. You carry yourself as a king, right? And these are the things that you really need to understand. So when you do that, when you start building yourself as a king, the third thing you want to do is get obsessed with a skill set. And I would really recommend you find a skill set that you can offer online. Because if you can do something online, you'll be able to reach beyond your current environment. For instance, so many people are plumbers today. Some people are carpenters. While those skill sets, they are good, but you see, they are limited to their environment. Yes, I know we have carpenters who have been able to gain some level of celebrity status, so now they can go to different parts of their country to go do jobs. But then again, that's a lot to get to that stage, right? So you want to build a skill set that you can offer online without your physical presence, right? Get good at something like marketing. If I'm going to advise you, get good at marketing, selling online, advertising, because these are things that all businesses want. If you can help a business get clients, customers, they're going to pay you well for it. So work on things like that, computer skills, get good at it. Because for me, one of the things that also saved me is that my mother, at the age of 14, when I was 14, she went to pay for a computer school for me. She paid for a computer school for me. So that computer education she gave me separated me from all my peers. Today, I do not believe I can even find my mates when it comes to the things I do online. I don't believe it normally because of the kind of skill set I've been able to acquire over the years. But that came from just one simple decision my mother made, a sacrifice she made. She paid about, I think, 40-something thousand naira, 60-something thousand naira to go and pay for a 3 months training when I was in my, I think, JSS3 holidays, right? And that kind of gave me the ability to now immerse myself in the computers. And when I left there, even though I was just taught the fundamentals, but when I left, a passion, an obsession was born in me, and I started working on that obsession, trying to figure out how can I learn more and develop my skills, get good at computers and all of these things. And today, those are the skills I've been able to accumulate over the years and what I'm using to feed right now. I'm not a billionaire yet, but the point I'm making is this: there's nothing that will happen in this country that will stop me from making money. If they like, may they carry 1 naira to $1 to 50 naira, 50,000 naira. It doesn't really concern me though, because I will always know how to make money, position myself, and bring money to me, because I have the skill set to do that. And that came from the flexibility of owning multiple skills and being able to build yourself to a certain level. So these 3 steps can really help you get out of the trenches, right? First of all, feed your mind with the right picture, right? Think about something more. Don't just limit yourself to the trenches, right? Secondly, build yourself, work on yourself, how you talk, how you speak, how you carry yourself. These are things that are really important. For me, I would be spending a lot of money in clothes if I really rely on making money by networking. I don't rely on those things because that's not what's going to make me money. You know what I'm saying? I spend a lot of money on equipment. My cameras cost millions. My mics, my laptop costs millions. I buy all these things because those are the things that really give me money. So you yourself, work on your greatest project. Don't just limit yourself to the trenches identity. And then the third thing is get good at something you can do online. This is really, really powerful. Video editing, learning how advertising, copywriting. These are good skill sets you could offer and use it to build something for yourself if you know how to sell yourself first, because that's where it starts. You can be the best videographer, you can be the best photographer, you can be the best marketer, and whatever thing you can be the best. If you do not know how to sell yourself first and do not become somebody attractive, you will just keep being limited. Anyways, I hope this video helped you. Share it and do take care of yourself.